Assalamu alaikum students, your instructor Abdul Rafi here. So today we are going to discuss a budgeting question of A2 level accounting 9706. It's the recent paper of October-November 2022, paper 3 variant 2. So I'm going to discuss the question number 5, although the paper pattern has changed, but for practice purpose students have to use these questions. So it's a very good question in which you have to make a cash budget as well as the labor budget as well, and we are going to discuss the whole of theory as well. So let's get started. It says that Sir DV Limited manufactures and sells one product. Each unit is sold in the month in which it is manufactured. It's a very important information for students to understand that each unit, and I'll be going to explain every transaction, every line statement here, that the company DY Limited, they are manufacturing as well and they are selling the product as well, and whatever they are producing they are selling, which means sir there is no opening and closing inventory. Whatever they are producing they are selling as well. This is what it means, that each unit is sold in the month in which it is manufactured. So we have been given budgeted information as it's a budgeting question. Okay, so budgeting question chapter from the costing and management section. Okay, so budgeting chapter this question is from, and the information have been given from April to August. Always remember, more information will be given, so from April to August. Before reading the information, let's read. For 4 marks they are asking you the first part, to prepare the labor wages budget. So you have to calculate that how much is the labor wages, how much in this year for the month of June, July and August for each means that in bold. So for every month students, you have to find the labor wage for the June, July and August. Now let's quickly read the information so every student here gets the information. You have April, May, June, July, August data given, that these are the number of units produced, sir, 4,000, 5,000. This is what is the selling price of each unit, selling price you're going to sell, and this is what you are paying to your labor for hourly rate. So 1 hour. So in August the labor was being paid $11 per hour. In June they were being paid $10 per hour. May as well, so same months. Okay, couple of important information. I'm only considering the fact about the labor wages budget, so we'll talk about that first only. So we'll take into account the information that is related to that. So students need to understand that each unit takes 1 hour 30 minutes of direct labor to complete. Very important information, sir. Okay, for every unit it is taking 1 hour 30 minutes, which means sir every unit takes 1.5 hours. You can write it down here only, that sir every unit is taking 1.5 hours to be produced, to manufacture that. Now very important statement, students. Basic wages are paid in the month in which they are earned. So basic wages are going to be paid in the month which they are earned, and overtime payments are paid 1 month in arrears. So I'm going to explain this concept as well. Basically this means that, for example, the labor have worked in the month of June, so the basic wages they will get in June, but if they have worked overtime hours that we are going to talk about, agar unhone overtime work kiya hoga to they will be paid in July for that. Okay, 1 month in arrears means that they will be paid next month, so there will be a bit of payments in different things. Okay, now the next thing is that overtime is the payable. So overtime is payable on any hours above 6,500 worked in the month. The overtime premium is also 20%. Okay, so if any production is any hours that are more than 6,500, you will get a premium payment. The labor will get a premium payment, and the premium payment is 20%. The overtime payment is 20%. So we need to understand this. Now that the sales, the other information is related to the cash budget. Okay, so we'll not take that. Let's start working on how we are going to solve this, sir. Okay, so we have June, July and August. Okay, so let's start. Sir, this is the month of June, this is the month of July, and this is the month of August. Okay, so hope students are getting this. June, July and August, and we'll start with one by one. If you get 1 month, then you can get every month very carefully. Okay, so first thing we'll have to work out, sir, follow everyone very carefully, make down the step. First step will be कि हमें निकालने पड़ेंगे how many hours they have worked. Okay, how many hours it took to produce. So we'll write down the production units first. Okay, sir, so we'll write down the production units, that how much is being produced in the month of June, July, and August. So here we go, sir. In June, July, August, 5500, 4500, and 4200. Okay, so here we have, sir, 5500 and 4500 and 4200, sir. Okay, so hope students got this as well. The next thing will be that each unit, if it takes 1.5 hours, so we'll have to get the number of actual hours worked. So you are going to say that, sir, multiply by the 1.5 the hours, because if one unit requires 1.5 hours, then how much will the total hours be required? So total hours that is worked in June, July, and August that we are working out. So total hours needed for production. Okay, total hours, or you can say the total hours of work, or you can say that total hours for the required month. So 55, make sure students you have calculator. 5500 into 1.5 gives me, sir, 8000 into 50 hours. 4500 into 1.5 gives me 6750 hours. Okay, and then you have 4200 into 1.5, that gives us, sir, 6300 hours. Okay, so that is basically the important thing, students, that we got the number of hours of work, total hours for each month. Now you can exactly see that in couple of months, in June and July, there is overtime payable will be there, because above 6500 hours are worked. Okay, in June and July they will be above 6500 hours worked, so there will be a premium overtime payment. But in August there is only 6300 hours work, so you can say that for August the basic pay will be the basic pay, and that is basically whatever the per hour. So basically for 1 hour in August it's $11. So you can say that you can multiply this with $11. So here we go, that is the cost for the August budget. Okay, that August budget is basically 6300 into 11, so that is the cost for the August, sir. 11, that is $69,300 is the cost for the August. It is the cost of the labor's wages is $69,300 for August. Let's put the dollar sign above, students. Now how will you work for June and July? So it's very simple. First you will multiply with the basic pay, that is 8250. In June it was $10 per hour, and July, make sure follow the information very carefully. So if 1 hour you are getting $10, so for 88,250 hours you will get multiplied by this, and in July also it was $11. Make sure check it again, students, that in June it was 10 and in July was 11, and August also 11 the rate, so we multiplied with that. So that is basically an amount for the basic payment, that is they will receive for the basic wages. Okay, so that is, students need to understand that this will be $82,500 the basic wages. Okay, and 6750 into the 11, 6750 into 11, that will be 74,250. Okay, so that will be the basic wages. Okay, and now this is the basic pay. Okay, now you will add the overtime, because you are calculating the total cost. So sir, overtime will be the premium. So overtime premium is 20%, which means it will be 10 into 20%, that will be different for the June, and for the July it will be different. So students, we will work out the overtime payment. Okay, so for $10 the overtime payment, so let's say for June, I'll make the working here. For June it will be 10 into 20%, that is $2. Okay, so overtime paid is $2, so you will work it out. Let's do it here. That's, sir, 10 into 20% for the June will be, sir, $2. So overtime payment is $2 here, and 11 into 20% will be, sir, 2.2. Okay, so $2.2, these are the overtime payments, sir. Okay, and now you will multiply it, because basic wage is already getting, so overtime is on the axis on any hours that are above 6500. So you can get those hours, sir, that for June you should write like this. For June it will be, sir, 8250 minus 6500 into the rate of $2 for the premium, because $10 is already existing there. So you can say 8250 minus 6500, 1750 are the extra hours worked, and 3500 is the overtime payment cost. Okay, then you can say the next will be for the July students. So July will be, sir, or let's do July as well. So 6750 minus 6500, sir, into the rate of $2.2. That is the overtime payment. So that is basically only around 250 hours at the rate of 2.2. So $550 is the overtime extra payment coming in, $550. So here we go. It's going to be adding these two, so their total cost will be this. So that is the labor budget, that how much you total have to pay. That will be done in this way. Okay, so it's coming $86,000 for this one. Answer 74,250 plus 550, it's going to be 74,800. So that is how you are going to get the first part done about labor budget for 4 marks. And you can do it in this way, students, by adding all of them. And that is how first part is done. Any questions can be asked in the comment section. Make sure you could have done it a separate way as well, but the final answer should be coming the same. Okay, next we are going to talk about is basically prepare extracts from the cash budget showing the entries that are relating to sales and the labor for each of the months, that is June, July and August, for 13 marks. Okay, for 13 marks we have to make the cash budget, students, by showing entries relating to sales, that when is the money coming, when is the sales coming. And for that we also have the statement that we are going to understand and learn, that says, the statement says that 1/4 of the sales are made for cash, half of the sales are paid in the month after sale and receive a cash discount of 5%, and the remaining quarter is paid 2 months after sale. Okay, so let's discuss what this actually means. Okay, so students, let me give you an example of how we are going to start making the cash budget for this. Basically we have to prepare extracts. Okay, so which means that there will be sales coming in, so we have the receipts for the sales. Okay, and based on, we can see that sales split is 1/4 of the sales are made for cash, which means you have cash sales, sir. Then half of the sales are coming in the month after sale, so 1 month after sale, and the remaining quarter is paid 2 months after sale. So let me give you an example through this based on the question, and students will understand it very easily. Okay, so there is, first thing that you will write, that there is cash sales as well, sir. Then there is the credit sales, and you're going to write this like this: credit sales, that is coming in the following month, month 1. And then there is again credit sales coming after month 2. Okay, so understand how it's going to be done. Okay, so let's take an example. I have already added us extra page as well, so if students gets confusion we can talk about it. Let's talk about the June, because we already know. Let's start with June. Okay, so you need to understand that, sir, in June we have produced around let's do it here, that, sir, in June we have produced 5,500 units and we are going to sell all of them. So the sales of June is going to be, the sales that we are going to do in June is 5,500 into $28. Okay, so 5,500 into $28 is the split of June. It is going to come as, sir, 154,000 sales in June. Now this is being split into 3 parts. Okay, sir, so this sales we are going to split, sir, in 3 different parts. It is going to be, sir, let's use, so the first one is going to be this, second is going to be this, and the third is going to be this. So June sales, you need to understand that, sir, the June sales, 1/4 of the sales, which means what is, sir, 1/4 means, sir, 25%. So, sir, 25% of the sales are made for cash, and cash sale will be received directly in the current month. So you can say that, sir, in June you are going to receive 154,000 at the rate of 25%. This 1/4 of the sales, or 1/4, you are going to receive in the month of June only. So that is, sir, the amount is $38,500. Okay, so the amount is $38,500. You can directly write it here as well, sir, that this is the amount that we are going to receive in June for the June month. So that is basically $38,500 in June. Next, sir, you can talk about that in the next month what is going to happen. So half of the sales, which means 50% now. So 50% of the sales we are going to receive in the month after sale. So अगर हम जून में सेल करें, if you are selling in June, students, then 50% of the sales we are going to receive in the month of July. Okay, so you need to understand that out of 154,000 into 50%, the half of the June sales, that will be the amount of 50%. We are going to receive it, this amount, in the month of July. But the problem is you don't write 77,000 here. The problem is because they are paying early, the customers are paying early, so we are offering them a cash discount of 5%, which means of the 77,000 amount we are not going to receive 5%, sir. Okay, so out of 77,000, sir, 5% amount will not receive because we are giving a cash discount to our customers. They have paid us early, they have made prompt payment, so that's why we are going to receive only 95% of this amount in the month of July. In the month of July, when our customers are going to pay, we are going to only receive 73,150 amount. So that is the next payment, and you can write it here, sir. That is for 73,150 can be written in the July first month, that in July first month you are going to receive the payment of June. Okay, जो आपने जून में सेल करी उसका 50% आप जुलाई में रिसीव करोगे, बट वो भी कंप्लीट रिसीव नहीं करोगे. You will receive 5% after cash discount, so which means you are going to receive, sir, 95%. 5% डिस्काउंट चला जाएगा. आई रिपीट अगेन स्टूडेंट्स, जून में जो सेल्स करी उसका 25% कैश सेल्स है, तो वो उसी मंथ में आ जाएगा. 38,500 हमने जून में लिख दिया. 50% जुलाई में आएगा 1 month आफ्टर सेल, उसका भी कैश डिस्काउंट हमने वो कर दिया. आंसर द रिमेनिंग इज सिंपल. इन अगस्त इट्स मेंशन दैट आफ्टर 2 months, तो जुलाई जून के बाद आफ्टर 2 months जो है रिमेनिंग क्वार्टर, इट मीन्स द रिमेनिंग 25% आउट ऑफ द 100% is paid 2 months after sale. So you can just simply say that it's the same calculation, that 154,000 into 25% is going to be the same amount, that is $38,500. So here we go, sir. That will be receiving in the month of August $38,500. So I've done it in a complete same color so that everyone will understand how we are getting these values. That is just you have to complete this information, all the remaining boxes. Okay, students. So hope everyone gets this, that how we are doing it, and that will be all our receipts for this, for the budget June, July, August. So we have to complete these receipts. Okay, so students, hope everyone is getting it. This we have to fill, this we have to fill, this we have to fill, this and this. So let's do first the July one, because July one will be easy as well. So let's talk about quickly July sales. Okay, so sir, in July it was, we made units 4,500. We'll do it a bit quick now. 4,500 at the rate of 28, same selling price unit, selling price per unit. So 4,528, the sales were around, sir, $126,000. Because we don't have to, it will be only 2 months, July and August will be covering here, sir. So it will be 126,000, and you're going to say that, sir, 126,000 into 25%, July and the August one. Okay, so there will be 2 adjustments only, July and what you are receiving for July sales in August. Okay, so it's going to be, sir, very simple, that 126,000 at the rate of, multiply by the 25% or 1/4, 1/4 quarter, it's the same thing. So it's going to be, sir, $31,500. Okay, students, hope everyone is getting it. So in this one you will receive, let's do it in the green color. So 31,500 you are going to receive in July for the July sales, that is the cash sales, and the remaining 50%, that you can say that, sir, 126,000 into 50% you are going to receive in August. But for that as well you are going to receive only 95% of it, right? So it's going to be, sir, 63,000 I got into 95% because of the discount that I'm going to have. So it's going to be, it's going to be 59,850 you are going to receive for the August. Okay, so you can write it down that it will be for the 59,850. Okay, students. So July is also completed in a complete different color. Then August is very simple. So August, I'll do it directly. So August is basically going to be, sir, that only the August sales, the remaining, the 25%, the cash sales will be received. So August, you can do the working here, sir, that for August you can say that it's going to be, sir, 4,200 at the rate of 26, 4,200 multiplied selling price of 26, and it's going to be, sir, that is coming as 109,200, and only 25% cash sales we are going to receive of this amount. So here you go, sir. That is going to come as 27,300. Okay. So you can write down the other again different color. That is 27,300 for the August sales. Now the problem comes that students say that, sir, how we are going to find these remaining figures. Okay, these remaining figures. So you just need to relax and see, because always the examiner will give you more information, so you will have to take help from April and May to get these answers. Okay, April and May sales, that's why the information is there. But before that, you need to understand very carefully how you will get these answers. Okay, so students, you are going to get these answers by understanding. Let's talk about first May. So if what will happen if May, you have to think logically in your mind. So if, sir, May sales 25% will come in May, so you have recorded in the May budget. We don't have to make the May budget. So 50% will be recorded in June and 25% will be recorded in July. Okay, so again we'll do the May sales now. That's, sir, May. Let's talk about this, students. May sales. Okay, so May was exactly, you can say, 5,000 into 25. The complete sales, you got 5,000 at selling price rate, because whatever you produce you are selling as well, students. So 5,000 into 25 was, sir, 125,000 sales for the May. Okay, so May sales split will be, the sales will be split, sir, in May, June and July, right? So that will be the split of the sales of 125,000, sir. That it will be May, but we not interested in that. Why, sir? Because वो तो May के budget में आ गया होगा और हम May का budget नहीं बना रहे हैं, तो we'll do it for June and July only. Okay, so what is the policy? That if it is 1 month after sale, it is basically 50% coming 1 month after sale at the rate of 5% discount. So you are going to receive, now I'm going to do directly. Okay, students should need to understand directly as well, because there will be time restrictions. So 125,000 50%, that is half the sales of the May, and out of that you are still not going to receive the full amount. So you're going to receive 59,375 in that month. Okay, 59,000. It's a 13-mark question. Students need to do very carefully. So let's do it in blue color. 59,375 will be coming here, sir, for May sales. Okay, May first month, that is will be June, and then this will be easy, sir, that you can say that 125,000 into the remainder coming after 2 months without any discount or penalties. That is going to be, sir, 31,250. Students need to understand very carefully, follow this, they will get it. It's not difficult, it requires a lot of practice and understanding. Okay, so it is going to be 31,250 as the amount for the credit sales of month 2. And sir, what is left? So you can logically think as well now. जो जून में आ रहा होगा वो बेसिकली अप्रैल का 2 months का बाद आ रहा होगा, राइट? जो अप्रैल में सेल्स करी, सर, whatever you have done the sales in April, 25% you receive in April, 50% with the discount of 5% you will receive in May, right? Let's do it like this. You will receive this in May for the April sales, April sales, cash sales, and the remainder will be coming in June. So what you can do is exactly, sir, this thing. Very quickly you can say that, sir, April will be whatever the sales is 4,000. Make sure show all the workings 4,000 and the 25 selling price we are going to get as 1 lakh. So 1 lakh sales, out of that 25% will be coming in June, that is the 2 months after sale, remainder 25%. Okay, rest all of them would have been received. So here we go, the last we can write with this. So it's going to be coming as 25,000. So to show variations on this, so this will be your receipt, students, that what you are going to receive. And as I said, that there is an extract of the cash budget for the sales. Okay, so we have done the budget for sales, so a lot of marks, around 8 to 9 marks will only be for the sales component. Okay, so this statement have made us solve the whole cash budget question, and it's a very common question. So just have to add these, that these are your receipts. Okay, don't need to add as well, because we don't have any opening closing balances and we are not making the complete cash budget, so there will be no marks for this. So you can just simply say that these are your receipts that for the cash budget, the sales, and now you're going to write down the payments. That is for payments will be for the same way you are going to do payments for the wages. Okay, the labor wages. So let's talk about understanding that how you are going to pay for the labor wages. Okay, students. Okay, students. So first important thing is that what is the policy for the payments of the labor wages? Okay. So we have already talked about that basic wages are paid in the month in which they are earned. So if workers are working in June, it's very simple. They will receive the payment in June for the basic wages, but overtime payments will be made in 1 month in arrears, which means June overtime payment will be made in July. July overtime payment will be made in August. So that's how the policy works. I'm going to explain a couple of parts as well, so don't have to worry. The problem that students will usually face is basically this is sir labor budget. This is the cost of the labor. What will be the cost incurred? Labor के क्या expenses होंगे जून में, जुलाई में, अगस्त में. Labor को कब payments कर रहे हैं, that is a complete different thing that comes in cash budget. So first important thing students need to understand is the difference between the labor budget and the cash budget. Labor budget is telling that how much is the wages of the labor for each respective month, okay, and cash budget is telling that when you are going to pay for these payments. Okay, so it's a split of two things, sir. That is the basic pay, and there will be also the overtime payments. Okay, so that is what people need to understand, that there will be a basic payment and overtime payments as well. So for this we have space as well and working as well, so we'll work about that. So first thing you need to understand that basic pays are these 10, 11 and 11, okay, that we have done. And let me write down the overtime payments as well. That overtime payments rates are $12, okay, 10 plus 2, $12, and 11 plus 2.2, that will be $13.2. Okay, so first let's complete the basic wages, because basic pay is being paid in the current month. तो अगर जो जून की wages होंगी वो हम जून में पे कर देंगे. So you need to understand that overtime is working above 6,500 hours. Okay, so we have seen that June and July were above working hours. Okay, overtime payments were there. So you can say that, sir, for June it will be basic pay will be 6,500 hours being worked at the rate of $10. Okay, so you can write down that June will be, sir, $65,000 the basic payment for June, and July will be, sir, 60, you have worked 6,500 hours but at the rate of $11 for July, because you need to be careful about the rate. So this is the basic wage hourly rate, so that will be multiplication 611, so that will be 71,500, sir. These are being received in the current month. Okay, June payment receiving in June, July payment in July. And for the August, there will be the August, you need to understand, sir, that this was the cost only, 6,300 into $11. There was no overpayment, so that is why you will say that it will be 69,300 amount coming in there. Okay, so 69,300 amount coming in as it is for the August. Okay, so hope students got the basic pay first. That's our basic pay उसी month में incur हो रही है, उसी month में receive हो जाएगी, because they are written basic wages are paid. So you will say that it's 10 per hour, 11 per hour. So basic wages are till what level? When you have worked 6,500 hours. So we multiply 6,510, 6,511, and for that, because we have worked less hours, so that is the case. Okay, there. Now how will you work out overtime payment? So let's just get some workings done here. Okay, so working number 1 is for June. Okay, so let's talk about first the June. Okay, I'm going to discuss only here. So you need to understand for June you have worked extra hours, as total hours of June were 8,250, right? So total for June, the total hours were 8,250 minus 6,500, the basic hours already done. So 8,250 minus 6,500, that is coming as 1750 hours, and you are being paid overtime for that. That is going to be for June is at the rate of 10 plus 2, $12. Okay, students, so $12 you are being paid for that. So 1750 into $12, that is 21,000 amount, and this 21,000 amount you are going to receive when? In August. So overtime payment, students, you will receive in the next month. So July overtime payment, students will come in the June overtime payment, students will come in July. Okay, तो जो जून में जो एक्स्ट्रा वर्क काम किया है वो जुलाई में आवर्स जो है एक्स्ट्रा आवर्स की पेमेंट जुलाई में मिलेगी. So that is very important that 21,000 will come here. Let me do another example. Same will go for July. July में the total hours worked were 6,750. So it means that there were some extra hours. So extra hours were 6,750 minus 6,500. So I think 250 hours were extra being worked. And the rate for July overtime payment was basic wage 11 plus 2.2. That will be, sir, 13.2. and you are going to receive this in the next month. So this is basically based on when you are receiving the payment, okay? So $3,300 will be the overtime payment for July, but you are going to receive in the month of August, sir, okay? So July payment, overtime payment received, because it's written 1 month in arrears. So overtime payments, it's a very important concept. July overtime payment will be received in August. June overtime payment received in July. So which means, sir, if you need to find one more of this, you need to have a look at May, okay? So we are going to work for the May as well. Let's talk about May, sir. So May, it's going to be how many hours worked? 5,000 units production, okay? 5,000 into 1.5 hours. So you got it as 5,000 into 1.5, that is 7,500 hours. And sir, 7,500 hours is the total hours minus the 6,500, because the basic payment would have been done in the basic May month, okay? So basic payment, जो basic wage होगी May की, वो May के अंदर आ चुकी होगी, हम वो तो बना नहीं रहे. तो जो May का जो remaining amount है ओवर टाइम वो 1,000 होगा, और 1,000 का जो rate होगा May के लिए, that will be again 12. So it should be 1,000 into 1,000 hours at the rate of 12. So it will be, sir, 12,000 is the amount, 1,000 hours at the rate of $12, that overtime will be there. So that will be 12,000. This will conclude the numerics part, students, that this will be the extracts that they needed, and this will eventually result in all 13 marks. You can see 9 marks for the receipts, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and 4 marks are for these values that you are finding. So 12,000, 21,000 and 3,100. So this is our answer for part B. Complete part is done. Moving forward, students, as I'm going to discuss theory now. So it is, students, says 17 marks is numerics. This is just to show you in a glance that how does the labor budget and cash budget look like, how much workings you can do in separate pages. Now you have to write down, state only 2 advantages to a business of preparing a cash budget. So let's do this as well. On the sheet, prepare labor budget. So you have to write down the 2 advantages to a business of preparing cash, but there are a lot of advantages. You can write anything. It helps in preparing financial state. It helps in decision making. First thing, it will help in decision making a lot, and will identify it helps in decision making, will indicate the cash shortages and surplus, how to manage the funds, okay, will indicate cash surpluses and shortages. A lot of points you can wrote, okay? Surpluses and shortages, helps in decision making, and efficiency, will improve performance, helps in performance, better performance, okay? And take decisions regarding the cash liquidity problems को भी solve करता है ये cash budget. जब तक आपके पास budget होगा तो you will make sure कि you will make wise decision making, you will invest time, save time in surplus, shortages को identify करने में. So better performance helps in decision making. You can write these as well, and it will also be leading you to solve your liquidity problems, and you can work out the future planning, okay? But for future planning it is very important. You can write a lot of points, you can write, students, okay? Next theory question is, sir, one of the directors have suggested that adding a fixed amount of profit per unit when calculating the selling price so that profit is not affected by changes in production cost. Advise the directors whether or not they should adopt this suggestion for 4 marks, and you have to justify your answer, okay? So very important question as well. First, let me explain, students, what they are asking, okay? They are asking कि अगर profit, एक fixed amount of profit हर unit में add कर दिया जाए तो फिर वो बेहतर रहेगा या नहीं रहेगा in case production cost change, प्रॉफिट जो है वो अफेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट को. तो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये एक शॉर्ट टर्म सोल्यूशन है. इट इज़ नॉट रिकमेंडेड बिकॉज देर विल बी डेफिनेटली चेंजेस इन प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट, राइट स्टूडेंट्स? देर विल बी चेंजेस इन प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट. सो अगर आपकी प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट इंक्रीज हो रही है सो यू विल हैव टू इंक्रीज योर सेलिंग प्राइस एज वेल, राइट? देर विल बी चेंजेस इन प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट, and you can write the points that if there will be an increase in production cost, you will have to definitely increase your selling price, okay? Just like the normal universal law goes on कि अगर आपकी raw materials expensive हो रही है, labor expensive हो रहा है, so you will increase your selling price, right? तो वहाँ पर आपको margins कम हो जाएंगे. Selling price needs to be increased, and if the profit per unit is fixed, then you would struggle, your margins will be affected. Okay, so this is what the point that you can write, your margins will be affected. Similarly, if your production cost is going down, on the alternative hand you can write as well. Let me explain quickly. If the production cost is going down, if it is going down, then maybe you will lose customers. Okay, because the other competitors will definitely lower their selling prices. Okay, तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि अगर आप एक फिक्स अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट रख देंगे, you need to be market competitive, right? तो आपको, you can write these points students. Okay, just make sure understand and you can write them down later on कि अगर आप एक फिक्स प्राइस प्रॉफिट ऐड कर देंगे तो आपको मार्केट कंपेटिटिव नहीं रहेगी. माइट बी कस्टमर्स अनविलिंग टू पे हो बिकॉज बाकी कंपेटिटर्स ने प्राइसेस को रिड्यूस कर दिया, अपनी सेलिंग प्राइस को, और आपने वही रखा हुआ है. ऑल्दो प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट डिक्रीज हो गई है, तो दीज प्राइसेस कंपेटिटर्स के कंपेरेबल नहीं होंगी. सिमिलरली इसके अगेंस्ट मैंने पॉइंट लिख दिया है कि अगर इफ़ देयर इज़ एन इंक्रीज इन द प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट, तो सेलिंग प्राइस को इंक्रीज़ करना पड़ेगा, और अगर आप उसको इंक्रीज़ नहीं कर पाओगे बिकॉज आपने फिक्स अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट पे जा रहे हो, तो योर मार्जिन्स विल बी अफेक्टेड एंड यू वुड नॉट बी एबल टू get more extra benefits, extra utility you will not be able to get. So these are the two different points that you can elaborate, and 1 mark will be for your final answer, that whether you should adopt the suggestion. I would say that you shouldn't adopt it because it is not recommended. You should be playing according to the market, what the market is going, and work according to your competitors, see their policies. So it's better you should say 1 mark, or this is that they should not adopt this suggestion. You will get 1 mark for writing that the directors should not adopt this suggestion, and then the remaining 3 marks are for explaining very carefully, writing the points very clearly and explaining your points. Okay, this is analysis part. Okay, as I always say that this is analysis. You won't find any answers in any books or notes. Okay students, and the other part is theory, that is name 2 budgets which would be affected by the creation of provision for doubtful debts. So cash budget is not affected. Okay, make sure don't write cash budget, you will lose mark. You should write master budget, because master budget is the budgeted statement of income statement, financial position and income statement. Okay, so budgeted income statement is a proper where you will have the provision for doubtful debts adjustment to be done. सही है, तो nobody should write the cash budget and nobody should write the receivables budget, because वहाँ पर provision for doubtful debts हम नहीं करते हैं. ठीक है, वो basically cash basis पे बनते हैं. तो budget you can also write budgeted financial statements, statement of financial position, as well as the complete word. So this is how your complete lecture on cash budget students and budgeting, as well as complete understanding of how to do this. Hope everyone gets this, and stay tuned for more videos on A2 accounting.